Hello everyone, welcome to YourPedia Education. So today we are here at IIT Ropar and I got an opportunity to interact with Dr. Santosh. So hello Professor.
Hello,
So first of all, thanks for taking out time to meet with us today. It's an honor to have with us.
Same here.
So could you please start with your introduction?
Yeah, hi everybody. This is Dr. Santosh Viparthi, working at IIT Ropar, the Department of Electrical Engineering. So we are mainly working in the field of computer vision and pattern recognition by using deep learning and traditional convention methods.
So that's great, sir. As you told that you're basically supervising, mentoring and guiding students in the area of the computer vision and pattern recognition, right?
Right.
So I want to categorize this basically. This comes under electrical engineering department or computer science department?
It is interdisciplinary.
Okay.
So this is a field which is quite common for now computer science, electrical and any circuit branches.
Okay. So right now I don't find any MTech specialization which is with the name of computer vision. So for MTech student, which branches, which specialization mostly contribute into this research group?
So in our institute, we have an SPCOM group,
Right, signal processing and communication
group. So in the SPCOM group, the people who are interested to work in the field of this AI or computer vision or image processing, they can register here.
Okay.
Because here the image and video is also one type of a signal.
Right. True.
So it comes under the signal processing group.
So you truly quoted one word, AI and ML, right? So in today's time, there is a lot of buzz around us related to these tools, AI, ML, data science, and all things, right?
Right.
So you mean to say that if somebody is coming here for signal processing and communication specialization, is it mandatory for him to learn the AI, or in AI there are alternate areas or diverse areas he can choose without AI and he can go with the AI?
See, actually, who are students working in the particular field of AI, whatever the prerequisites are required.
Right.
So in our department, we have the specific set of courses are already there.
Right.
Who are specifically interested,
right.
First of all, they should complete that specific prerequisites.
True.
Then they can able to extend their works to the specific domains.
Right.
So either it can be for the signal processing, whether it can be the communication, or for the video processing with the help of AI or machine learning.
Right.
So we have courses, dedicated courses.
True. So that's great. So Dr. Santosh, here I want to ask one question on the behalf of the career perspective of the student. So what you see, obviously you have a mammoth of experience, a lot of experience into academics, and you might have the observation and awareness of our industrial scenario.
Okay.
So what all opportunity student can expect in signal processing and communication? Is it advisable to prefer this specialization? Reason being, nowadays students are choosing their MTech specialization purely on the basis of ROI, return on investment. So what's your take on this?
See, especially in our department,
right.
As we have SPCOM, as I specifically said earlier also.
True.
So whoever the students are going to admit here, get the seat here,
True.
They are going to get an expertise on handling different signal data.
True.
Whether it can be 1D, 2D or ND.
Great.
Now, in addition to that, so there are two things. One is the understanding of the signals,
right,
at the same time, processing of the signals.
Conditioning of that signal.
Yes. So now, as this particular SPCOM specifically focuses on handling any type of the signal, so we have some set of groups or subgroups are also there.
Right.
So whoever the students who are going to come here, they are equipped with complete knowledge on how to handle a data.
True.
So many of the students are already got placed in good companies,
right,
especially for the AI based companies.
True.
Also some another MNCs as well.
True. So when we talk about this computer vision and pattern recognition lab, as you have told, this is the specific area where you are contributing right now.
Right.
So what this world means basically in brief, so that layman person can understand this also.
For example, in our lab, specifically if you can speak, so we are specifically focused on some of the aspects in our lab. Our lab name is computer vision and pattern recognition.
Right.
So as we can roughly see some of our fields. So specifically we are handling on multi-weather image or video restoration. True. Or it can be called as all-weather surveillance is our target.
Great.
So in all-weather surveillance nowadays, earlier we have a haze, rain or snow or independent challenges were there. But now whenever we are going to acquiring a data, the combination of everything will be there.
Right.
So our target here is to remove or handle all these challenges in a single shot.
Okay.
So our target here is like this. As you can able to see in the previous film, This is all the different haze scenarios with different challenges. But our target is to remove these challenges so that the resultant responses should be very
If
clear.
I talk from this transition point of view, whatever outcome you have achieved in the second image,
Right.
so what all tools and technology one person is using?
Right. These particular models, this particular algorithm which we have developed by using some of the deep learning techniques.
Okay.
So in deep learning is very popular architectures.
Right,
So
right.
people already knew about it.
True.
So the student who are interested to know, they should have a basic knowledge on Python and different libraries.
Right. Which kind of library, like NumPy, Pandas, data visualization?
NumPy, Pandas, data visualization. These are all the basic very libraries.
Right.
And coming to this, especially for developing an architectures, the student should be know about some of the PyTorch, TensorFlow, Keras. These are all the libraries they should know.
Right.
In addition to that, they should have some fundamental knowledge on basic image processing and computer vision tasks. Nowadays, we are talking about the deep learning and all, but the basic concepts and intuitions which we are coming from the traditional concepts only. And this is one area where we are working now. And the aerial based image restoration
is
an
aerial drawn image restoration.
Right.
Basically, what task it's solving?
So here we are trying to do that from the aerial view, like for example, drones we are going to use nowadays. Drones is very cheaper, so we are going to use it. Now from the drone camera, whenever you're going to capture any of the data for surveillance perspective.
Right.
For example, you want to detect the objects. So the object size will be very small, tiny objects.
Right.
So how can you be able to detect them?
Okay.
In a conventional way, detecting the objects are different, and the aerial view detecting the objects are different.
Dr. Santosh, here I want to interrupt you a bit, right?
Yeah,
you're talking as an expert now, right? So definitely in your beginning days, when you are, basically neophyte for these kind of things,
right?
So how challenging it is for a researcher to think that much end to end, like this is my research problem, so like this I can achieve, right? This is my target variable, and these are tools and technology I will be using. As a researcher or as a master student, how difficult is it in today's world?
That is where this particular supervisor role will come into the picture.
Right. That's why I asked this question.
Yeah. So like if everything students know, then there is no need of any of the supervisor.
True.
So especially at IITs is specifically meant for that, for the proper guidance to the students.
Right.
Whether it is a master's level, at that level, what type of guidance to be given so that they can able to take up some challenges rather than getting feared or rather than take one step ahead.
Right.
So for the PhD level, the level of supervision is something different.
True.
And the level of training, prerequisite trainings are different. That is where in our institute, in common in IITs, we have the student who are going to register whether it's a master's or PhD.
Right.
They have to do some of the prerequisite courses. That is called coursework.
True.
And these all courseworks are meant for this particular targeting.
Okay, it's a foundation laid like
exactly.
That. Okay, so that you can build the research on the basis of that.
So we have a complete hierarchy.
True.
Start at zero and reach at the peak. So that particular path is already prefixed.
True.
And it will vary from the student to the supervisor and the.
So here I want to ask you one question. Studying AI as a AI and studying AI as a like in signal processing domain, in image processing, in robotics. What is the basic difference if you can put some insight?
So if you will try to see all are neighboring fields only.
Right.
That is not like a completely different domains.
True.
All are interrelated.
Right.
So as you already know, it is a collaborative research as we talk about.
Most of the modern problems might be solved with the interdisciplinary.
So now, this is another example for our SPCOM group, as I said.
True.
So in our SPCOM, few people are working on drone designing.
Right.
Few people are working on antenna designing.
Right.
Like we are working on vision problems.
True.
So as we all comes together,
right.
Then the final end product will come into the picture.
That a practical problem.
Exactly. Solved. So that particular collaborative research we have already started.
Right.
So the problem, whatever we are discussing, this is one problem where now we have some fundings from the different agencies,
True.
From the government as well as from the private agencies, and we are working on those aspects.
Great.
And other than this, we have also working on some different challenging problems like image in painting and video in painting problems also. So as you can able to see, this is a popular thing. If you want to remove one particular object from a given video,
Right.
you can simply able to select and we
So
can
here,
able to
Dr.
remove.
Santosh, I want to interrupt you, please, for this only.
Yeah, please.
Like you omitted one object here.
Mhm.
In today's time, we see so many AI tools are there.
Right.
You know, ChatGPT is leading the race.
Exactly.
But also there are so many thousands of tools.
Right.
So let us suppose some student do this kind of innovative research here. So how basically IIT Ropar is supporting that student to make it big on the industry level, global level? How we can in short commercialize that thing basically?
Now the first here many questions were there. For
Right.
example, coming to the student, before going to the student develop a product and get it commercialized, there are prerequisites again there.
True.
First of all, student should be trained enough in such a way
Right.
to identify the problem.
True.
And student could be able to understand the actual challenge. So as you correctly quoted out, there are many tools were there.
Right.
If all tools were there, then why a new tool is required?
Right.
If it is requirement, there is a need.
Yeah.
Now student and supervisor, that is where our goal, our part will come into the picture. Right. How to identify the problem,
Right.
and up to what extent this particular problem is useful.
True.
If already the problems are exist.
Right. And how you can basically enhance it.
So now it's not enhancement, not necessarily to be an enhancement. It can be a new prototype also.
New version of this.
No prototype also it can be possible.
Right.
Now coming to the commercialization, now as an academicians, now we are trying to provide a proof of concepts.
Great.
Now we are planning to collaborate with the startups for further commercialization.
Okay.
So now our institute is having equipped with the startup cells also.
Why IIT is not doing the reverse thing? See, like let us suppose, for example, I take Meesho is today there, right? Amazon is there. So they have a lot of data handling problems.
Right.
Why don't, this is my personal question.
Yeah, no problem.
Right. So this is your perspective, whatever you, because you are itself a very big name sitting at the position of responsibility, right? I see student today's time asking that there is no fund in IIT for the research. But what I believe as my experience is, if you are curious, if you have skill, if you have knowledge, so there are so many startups, they are facing many real world problems.
Right.
You can approach them, ask, and what are the problem, try to give them solution. Why IIT is not thinking this way?
No, I think this is I am contradicting to your question.
Yeah,
in
sure,
that
sure,
way.
sure.
The first thing is that IIT is not having fund is a not valid.
Many students keep on telling that.
What is the meaning of not getting a fund? That is where the faculties play a role.
Right.
So we should not simply rely on our administration as well.
Right.
So that is how our capabilities are independently come into the picture.
True.
That is what IITs can train.
Agreed.
So we are the people who need to get the fund for the research.
Right.
Of course, yes, institute will going to support us. Without institute support, we can't do anything. But at the same time, we need to write the projects, and as you correctly quoted, no need to reach to the startups.
Right.
We can reach to many MNCs. For example, we are doing many consultancy projects with various agencies.
True.
So now the question comes, how the consultancy projects came to the institute?
Right.
Again, with the name of the IIT only, right?
Right.
So this is like IITs and capabilities of the faculty is together can excel. So saying funds are not there is not a correct thing.
True.
We have sufficient funds, and whenever we need some extra funds, now we have to get the funds from other sources.
Right.
So we are already doing that.
That's good. Okay, can we move with that, please?
Yeah, please. So this is one application, and it is having wide variety of applications as well further.
Okay.
So we are working on.
So these are the totally novel things, or these are already existing?
This is for some basic understanding. Here we are showing it, and there are many new approaches which we have proposed, and most of these particular findings are accepted in core register conferences and top-rated journals also.
True.
So that is what I am saying. We are coming to give a solution first.
Right.
Then the prototype will be developed. Then it can be further commercialized.
Right.
And this is another area where a super resolution and one of our colleague has already implemented some consultancy project on this.
Okay.
From the same lab.
A fellow from here or your colleague?
Yeah, from here.
Okay,
from
you told me that you were at IIT Guwahati earlier.
Earlier I was at Guwahati.
Okay.
Now I came here.
Okay.
Now currently I am belongs to this institute.
Okay.
So here, whatever the CUPR lab is there.
True.
So myself and another faculty is also there.
Great, sir.
So the Dr. Subramanya Murala. So we both are working in this particular areas.
That's good.
So he already has one consultancy project
for the super resolution.
Okay. Yes. So that is how we can approach the industry, or industry can approach us. It's vice versa.
Vice versa.
Yeah. So the things are happening in the way it's supposed to. Now, especially now we are expertises in underweight removes also, and we have some couple of projects also in this area from the various agencies like Minister of Health Science and some other agencies as well. So now we specifically we are working, especially with the some private organizations also for giving some solutions. So we are working on sponsored as well as the consultancy projects on different aspects of underwater image restoration. And this is another way, as we said, we are already expertises on surveillance videos, especially on the drones.
True.
So as you said, not only developing a solution nowadays, providing a required data set is also important for the.
Absolutely.
So now we are expertises on developing the data sets also, and these data sets are made it available to the public and public community. So they are using it. So we are expertises on handling big size objects as well as the tiny size objects also.
Right.
So this is our expertise. And other than this, we specifically working on depression, psychological disorder. So facial human emotion recognition. These are all our another expertise areas.
They are all under the computer vision and pattern
Exactly.
Right.
So now earlier, I specifically focus on 2-3 applications, and my colleague Dr. Morala specifically works on few applications. Now we are combining, as I said, collaboratively. Now we are trying to cover the most of the areas, and we are moving together.
True.
So this is another flexibility, as you can say, in the IITs, especially here. Collaboratively we can work, and collaboratively we can teach, and collaboratively we can
develop something.
Yes. So that is another thing for the new youngster who are coming here. They can easily able to get the good ideas.
Dr. Santosh, here is one question from my side. What you believe in today's time, students should follow the trends or they should follow the interest when he's going for MTech or PhD? It's your own perspective.
No, this is a big question. That students should follow the trends or with own interest. See, this is again a personal choice. Because if we will say about the trends, then if it is a specific about the technology basis, the technology keep on changes.
Right.
So today I might be interested in X technology. After 5 years, the technology.
Today it's AI. Tomorrow it will be Pro AI. Then it will be Pro Max AI.
So it is an argumental question.
Right.
And second thing is like a choice.
Right.
It's a personal choice again.
Right.
But one thing we can say that is the basic difference which we can observed from these many years, almost a decade.
But this will be a piece of advice from your side to the researchers, how they can find to stay themselves motivated because of these distraction and influences. Some might be working very hard on the root problem, but suddenly these kind of the things are popping up. They are creating the buzz. A lot of people are getting good opportunity. How the person can stay motivated? It's very difficult from my point of view.
Right? See, again I'm coming to the basic fundamental. This is where the IITs are going to come into the picture. So we can, as an IIT's main fundamental rule is to bring the solid platform for the student so that they can be ready for any changes.
Right.
So if they can, suppose if you talk about the BTech students, anyway faculties are going to teach, they can get the different exposure. But in addition to that, our curriculum in such a way that they can explore as per their own choices. They can explore their own skills. Each and every skill we may not able to cover in the academia. But we are providing that particular such a platform so that they can able to get their own
there should be a way to stimulate their innovative
thinking. So that particular such type of platforms are available here. That is what we can able to say. And other thing is that, suppose let's assume if you are focusing on X, they are excel in X. What if they are not self-sustainable in position? Then definitely they're going to fail on Y.
True.
Changes of Y, they should be adaptable. So we are providing that particular scenario where the student should be adaptable enough to handle this scenario.
Right. So Dr. Santosh, coming forward, let us suppose tomorrow somebody want to approach you. He is having some prior experience related to your requirement, related to the activities as you right now showcase to us, right? What is the best way to connect you?
The best way that if it is intense students, so they are directly contacting us, and we have some administrative procedures they have to follow. If it is a master students, again we have some set of procedures are there. If anybody specifically interested to do for the research, they are contacting us through emails.
True, true, true.
Then the one-to-one interactions we are going to,
True.
one-to-one conversations
True,
we have
true, true.
through online meets or
Right.
telephonically, or they can come personally for
Right.
interaction. Then all interests a match, they can definitely can work.
Fine. So, as a basically potential supervisor here in IIT Ropar in the research area of computer vision and pattern recognition, see, we are a very highly densely populated country. Everybody is not getting opportunity to study in the IIT, and everybody wants to do it. So there are many students who fail to do it and make it into IIT. So still they are looking to create opportunity and career in these kind of domains like computer vision and pattern recognition.
Right.
So what will be that one big piece of advice you would like to give our viewers?
If they really want to do higher study,
Right.
like a master's or PhD,
Right.
so in respect of PhD, I am telling.
Right.
Suppose they are first attempting, they'll
Right.
give the first attempt,
Right.
they may get failed.
Right.
Then in the second attempt, they should analyze why they have got failed, why they didn't get the admission.
True.
Based on that, they have to prepare their basics,
Right.
and then they can appear for the second time.
Right.
That is a one option. Second thing is consistency.
True.
If they're seriously interested, if anybody interested,
True.
they can be in touch with particular supervisor. Let's start working.
True.
Showcase their capabilities. That is another thing.
True.
So in IITs, we are opening a platform
Right.
for anybody to come
True.
with whatever the eligibility minimum basic administrative criteria are there. They have to fulfill that.
Right.
Then anybody can come, anybody can work.
Right.
But
So-
they have to fulfill the basic criteria.
So, we have the mechanical, we have the electrical engineering, we have electronics engineering, we have civil engineering, we have other allied branches at BTech level.
Right.
So, if the student from these different branches want to make his career in the computer vision, what are those 2 to 3 tools, software skills they must be knowing at good level?
One is basic understanding all mathematics and probabilities.
Right.
Basic coding skills.
Right. Including which kind of languages?
Whether it can be C programming, whether it can be Python.
Right.
And some of the tools they should know.
Right.
Very basic tools they should know.
Right.
Then these are all the basic,
Right,
very minor level of requirements are
Right, sir.
minimum requirement, bare minimum requirements are
Right, sir.
to work on this particular field.
Right. So as we see today, we have quite wide sources of the knowledge, information in the form of the YouTube, Google, but we can't trust them easily. We don't know what is the credibility of that resource. So if I'm not wrong, there are not so much videos on NPTEL related to computer vision. So IIT Ropar planning to think in this way or not?
Especially in this question, like there are few videos are already available in NPTEL from IIT Madras and IIT Hyderabad.
Right.
And other than this, we are also having some other videos.
Right.
So if it is purely depends upon the requirement, if we should not duplicate the content.
Right.
Because IIT Madras and IIT Hyderabad is already having some similar type of flavors.
Right.
So there is no point in repeating the similar type of content in the same platform.
True.
So whenever there will be unique requirements are there, definitely already planned.
But what we know sometimes students make the statement that in NPTEL video they are quite long video. It's taking a time consuming video. What's your take on this? What I believe personally, once you invest some time, your takeaway will be many. In today's time, people want to invest very small time, like a YouTube shorts.
Right.
Less time, more output, more information.
See, actually, if you will try to see the actual academic and NPTEL courses, the overall content is remains same.
Right.
And the overall hours supposed to be covered is also same.
True.
But only the difference is that is an online platform on the day one.
Right.
At the same time, all 40 hours of the videos are available.
True.
But in the regular classes, we have a regular periods.
Right.
Across 4-5 months.
Right.
The students are going to be gained knowledge. So there is a difference.
True.
There is nothing like there is a more content is available in the NPTEL and less content is in the classes. No, it's not like that.
True.
It is all about the time.
True.
And
your curiosity.
That's it. Nothing else.
Right.
And here you have one-to-one interaction choices is there in the class.
True.
That is
so
only the
Dr.
difference.
Santosh, it seems there is a lot to look forward to. It was a nice conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm sure whatever point we discussed, they are definitely going to help student at some point of his career. And this video is really full of insights related to computer vision and pattern recognitions. So we thanks a lot for sparing few minutes for us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Yeah, thank you.